What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy with Fireplace Friday. I am Jeremy with Flues Brothers Chimney Service here at Flues Brothers World Headquarters. I can take this off today, even though it's my bald head, because it is pretty darn warm outside, which is abnormal for this time of year. And we always get, it looks like I got a little, hang on a sec. I think that helped. Looks a little huey. Anyways, we get a lot of calls when it's colder outside. January is notorious for cold weather, but then we get these warm weathers and we get a bunch of cold weather. And when you get cold weather, you're going to get cold air coming down your fireplace. Cold air drops. Basement fireplaces we've talked about before are even worse because most houses are very tight, and so you get a lot of cold air coming down and everything. And we're going to go over that here in a sec. I'm going to show you we've got solutions for that, and we've got processes for that, and we're going to go over what that is because we get a lot of calls this time of year, and we have a lot of calls, and we get people that we've done repairs for, and you go, man, I had cold air, I never noticed it before. Well, it's because you never really use that fireplace as much. Maybe you didn't hang around it until you had it restored. So I do want to show you one thing. The big thing, another thing happened today, and the guys are out replacing a chimney crown, and that's the top concrete portion of your chimney. And let me show you something interesting, because this is why we don't typically, Flues Brothers doesn't do a lot of sealants over the top, because it's kind of like resurfacing a driveway. You just kind of put a sealant over the top. Most crowns aren't, almost all crowns that we run into aren't built correctly. They don't have an overhang, and they're not correct thickness in areas and things like that. That's why they fail. And then there's some great products that are sealants, but the problem is you can't see what lies beneath without removing that crown. So we're going to show you something interesting. This is what we came across when we removed the crown today. And if we look, there's 2x4s that were holding up the old crown. That's not good. Those should not be in there, because this is where all the magic happens with the heat and everything, and that is a huge problem. So we find that more often than not in most fireplace and most chimneys, when we tear off the crown, that whoever built the chimney put wood in some areas to hold stuff up and didn't remove that wood, and that's obviously a hazard, because wood is what we burn in the chimney, and we shouldn't have that too close around the chimney. So getting back to cold air issues, I think we've talked about this last year too. We have a entire forum on that. We also have a forum on backdrafting smoking fireplaces, which is very similar, but it has some other issues. We got some smells and solutions. About basement and lower level fireplace problems. They are always a problem, because just like this room, there's no makeup air. So it's like a dungeon, and you don't put fireplaces in bubbles, essentially. But let's get back to the cold air issues. So here's the cold air issues one right there. And we'll read it here. If fireplace and chimney system are in overall good working order, the answer to why your fireplace is cold and drafty can be fairly straightforward. Cold air from the outside is getting into the chimney and flowing down to escape from the fireplace. Not only does the cold air drop naturally, but your home will also draw air down your chimney when it is under negative pressure. While completely stopping cold air is nearly impossible, the chimney is literally a hole in your house for venting air, there are some things that can be done to greatly reduce the cold air in your home. Here you go. If we got a masonry chimney, which is what a lot of people have, close the damper. Okay. Replace the damper with the top mounted damper, which goes at the top, so it'll stop, it'll seal it from the top. Install doors on the fireplace. Install an insulated chimney liner properly for the fireplace. That can help. Instead of 1, 2, 3, and 4, install a direct vent gas wood insert. Repair all bad areas. Sorry, I gotta put this up here. On the exterior of the chimney should be considered when doing options 1 through 5. And then if all that fails, have a proper HVAC company install a heat recovery ventilator to balance the air pressure in the home. So there you go. And then at the end there, we've got a little deal that says basically cold air issues are a process of elimination. To resolve, we suggest the above steps, one or multiple at a time, to eliminate the issues that cause these problems. The repairs we complete are not a guarantee, rather than we are addressing the most obvious chimney problems that can be causing the problems. So, and like I always tell people, we don't want you to overspend or do more work that might not be necessary. But in order for us to be able to, give you more of a guarantee, your likelihood of success goes up the more steps you take. But I always recommend start step one. Maybe that'll alleviate it just fine, and you've spent less money. So, any questions about any of that? Any type of get anything out? Just give us a holler. Give us a holler. That's what we do. That's why it's happening. Have a great week.